So today I was going to project upon a little social experiment, just to get into the idea of concept of dealing with anxiety and thought process, completely in lines with a lot of us that may be generally anxious people. How do we get rid of negative visualization in our lives that's causing us distress or anxiety in our circumstances, right? And I'll say I just tried to do something as an example right now. I just tried to do a small shorts on YouTube in relation to trying to get the attention of a cute, smart girl. You know, I see and respect, right? And very likely, I probably got rejected. And it's not abnormal for me to feel this way. That's part of life. But how do you fixate on that negative image now that you feel embarrassed about? Because the book recommends that you accept this negativity and you have three ways of responding to it. I think the easiest way generally talks about most people tend to avoid it. More mature people will take a stance of of reworking the image and being able to switch it into or modifying it, tackling the image or modifying it, reworking it to be a more positive thing. So let's say you saw something and there was a public humiliation from it, from what people were interpreting it. Rework it and replace it with a positive impression because that was speculation of the point of view of people's mind understanding of what they saw. Okay, so this thing was generally a public so that attempt to flirt and fail. All right, let's say that what is it now? So now I just restructured and said I purposely put myself in the position where I would embarrass myself, because then what that would happen is that I want to help project an example for anyone that's interacting and following me with the lines of therapy to be able to rework that image so it feels more in lines that it's positive for yourself. Because rejection hurts. Rejection is embarrassment. It can be for any reason, right? I'm not here to go into that much depth. I'm just trying to find ways that you can help yourself when you go into a situation having tried something and feeling kind of like feeling regret about it or feeling bad about it, and you have to do this in your perspective. So what I did is generally saying that was an exercise. So no longer do I see that as a saying is tried to flirt. Well, if I acknowledge or not, I have a bit more mature stability because I know I've been through a lot of negativity before, and I've been through parts where I had to accept faults on my side. So it's just like, okay. But like for other people, you could just say, I purposely put myself in there in a situation where I'm more sensitive about my image to make a experiment. So it's an experiment for you guys to be able to see and realigns it to take the impression that what I did was actually something as a group exercise for us to interact with, to see how much you can give an example and work it out. And that will help you deal with anxiety that you generate unnecessarily. So visualization is a big part of anxiety that we develop in our life, right? So, and in this sense, this becomes more of a positive outlook. It's just more intelligence if you talk about it in that sense. So I think as well for those kind of like reworking negative images that can feel very powerful, you may have to like think about it, see it, and readjust it so your mind correctly associates the thought process, right? So I felt embarrassed about what I did there. Looking at it, I go back and see it, and the quote from this book is, "From now on, you are in charge, not some puny imagined picture." The implication from that is, I'm looking at it. I don't try to deny that negative experience. I look at it, I accept it, and I rework it. Say you did something in a large production and everyone saw it and you feel embarrassed about it because you were trying to be cool about it. You could just restructure it saying, I was doing this was intent of mixing concept. It was very experimental. Most people would have not tried this, and it had some flaws. But it's a one step movement for where I need to improve. And then you'd have to re examine your things, identify the negative source that made you feel bad about the package you delivered, and what you wanted to do, and then put some time to think about it to restructure the thought process to improve it. So for me, that's what it is. Visualization in our brain is very easy to conceptualize. That gives us a good portion of the generate unnecessary anxiety. Negative images have you can just look at it. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking at it. I thought my dancing thing was kind of lame. It was kind of it was kind of sassy, whatever. And I cued in the music with her, whatever. But end of the day, I said now I had to do something weird anyways to be able to see if I could like work on it on my perspective to be able to say in a more sure stance. And since I was already planning to do therapy, that worked out well. So that's one thing I wanted to work on today on talking in relation to our CBT for my worries, because you keep doing stuff, you keep having, you keep feeling a negative association or negative feeling about it. You don't maturely assess the image, and you need to, or else things get awkward all over the place and you can't function. So this is where I take the stance of people. This is the exercise I want people to kind of go through the head and develop for themselves.
Hey everyone, thank you for putting the effort to watch the effort I placed on making something of an entertaining video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said before, it's not forced, but like I really would appreciate any contribution and support you give to this channel, as it gives me more motivation and more incentive to enjoy more video creating and content creation. If you find that the content's drifts away at any point, you can always unsubscribe. It's no big deal. Again, it doesn't mean much. It doesn't take much from you, but it means a whole bunch of me, and it would feel great if you would just reward my efforts of trying to be positive and contributionary. Thank you so much. Bye.